Hi, my name is Taylor Stratton. I have played volleyball for 6 years with the ORR Lady Raiders and 3 years with the Madison Junior Olympic volleyball teams. In the following video, I will instruct you on the techniques of passing, serving, setting, hitting, and blocking. According to the world's top volleyball player, passing is the most critical skill for the success of any volleyball team. It is extremely important to be able to pass the ball correctly. Good passing simply means good ball control. To properly hold your hands, you need to grab the flat of one hand with the other hand and place your thumbs side by side. Keep your forearms locked together as tightly as you can to establish a larger and flatter surface to volley the ball. Your back should be perpendicular to the floor and your knees should be bent when you are first learning. Your feet should be shoulder-width apart with your right foot slightly in front of your left. Unless you're left-handed, then your left would be in front of your right. Your body will move up as a whole to meet the ball, with the arms and the back rising and the knees straightening. The one skill that is completely under your total control is serving. It is one of the most important skills to master when learning the game of volleyball. The first part to your serve is your footwork. It's mainly what's most comfortable for you and how many steps you take. For just one step, you'll want to take one step with your left foot if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, take a step with your right foot. You may have to experiment on your own to know how many steps feels best while serving. The next part of the serve is the toss. You need to toss the ball so it's out in front of you. Don't toss the ball too high so you don't have to try to find the ball. Work on the consistency of your toss so it's close to the same height every time. As you toss the ball in front of you, bring your arm back behind your head in what is called the bow and arrow position. Keep your hand open wide and strong with your fingers spread apart. Be sure to swing your arm all the way through. Each player should know how to properly set the ball, even though you may not play the setter position. The setter is the most important player on the court. Just like passing, your feet should be shoulder-width apart and your knees should be only slightly bent. Your hands and arms are going to be brought above to your forehead. All of your fingers should touch the ball, if only very lightly. You should set with your finger pads, not fingertips. The ball should never hit your palms. Your hands form a cup position. Follow through with where you want the ball to go. Sets are always nice and high. Next is hitting, which can also be known as spiking or attacking. The first part of the attack is the approach. The main purpose of the approach is to position your body about 6 inches behind the ball and just high enough to reach it with your arms stretched straight upward. Most beginners start out with a simple 3-step approach. For a right-handed hitter, start with putting your right foot out in front of you. Your first step is a long left step, then a quick right-left. Left-handers would do the opposite. The first step is for timing and direction, yet also power to accelerate into the jump. When to begin your approach depends on how high and where the set is. The higher the set, the later you go. With practice and experience, you will learn and catch on with when you need to leave. When jumping, make sure to bend your knees and use your arms. You do this by swinging them back as you crouch down while planting. Then swing them forward and upward as you jump to help you jump higher. The last technique I'm going to talk about is blocking. Blocking is probably the technique that most teams don't spend a lot of time working on. However, it is a very important skill. The goal is to touch the ball every time the other team attacks the ball. Getting a touch or blocking every hit attempt is not very realistic though. The ready position is very important, so find a comfortable distance from the net. Your feet should be spread farther than shoulder widths apart so you have enough power and momentum to push off the ground. Your arms should be extended above your head. When you move along the net to get in position to block, you'll have to push off your right foot to move left and off your left foot to move right. The main footwork movement is called the 3-step crossover. To move right, take a big step to the right with your right foot as you push off your left. Then cross your left foot in front for another big step. After the big step with your left, leave that foot planted toward the net and bring the right around to join it. Make sure you jump off of both feet and straight up and down. Reverse this process to go toward the left. It is important to keep your hands big and strong. Make sure your thumbs are relatively close enough a ball can't get through. Get your hands over and across the net and keep them there as long as possible. Sometimes players close their eyes as hitters start to swing. Keep your eyes open at all times. As you practice these different fundamentals, remember that they won't come easily. It takes a lot of practice and determination. Don't get discouraged if a skill doesn't come right away. Just keep practicing and be determined enough to get better.